So for the topic of our debate is science is harmful to humanity. And we define the topic as science threatening the future of the human race, like total annihilation of the human race, very dangerous. And we, the affirmative team, believe that it is true. Today's first speaker, I'll be talking about the pollution and also the weaponry advancement science has caused on our world. Our second speaker will be talking about the overpopulation. And our third speaker will rebut and sum up our team's case. First, I'm going to talk about pollution. So, for beginning, the Industrial Revolution starts at 1719 in our world. And for some very coincidental reason, in the past 200 years, which is around 1790, our CO2 rate and amount increased drastically. And so we can make assumptions that obviously the industrial evolution caused that. So it increased in CO2, also a lot more greenhouse gases in factories and a lot more civilization. Secondly, I will talk about the weaponry advancements that we were talking about. So in 1951 to present, there has been over 67,500 nuclear missiles made by the whole world. This info is from plowshares.org. Secondly, in World War II, the total amount of death is over 60 million, but the nuclear dropping on Nagasaki and also Hiroshima on Japan from the US killed 5 million people. So 5 to 60, that's like 1/12 the rate. That's a lot, just with 2 nuke bombs. Also, beside nukes, there's obviously missiles and other war machine and weapons. So that's about it. So, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, our team thinks that science is harmful to humanity. Thank you very much.
From the first speaker of the negative team, for 3 minutes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the audience, and Mr. Chairperson. I am the second speaker of the negative team, and we do not agree that science is a threat to the human race. First of all, I would like to rebut some of the affirmative team's points. They said that science has caused pollution. But we disagree, because pollution was caused due to our lack of knowledge, because the human race did not approve of science for the first few centuries, and that is why we lacked the knowledge to not have pollution. Also, science can prevent greenhouse gases and air pollutions with scientific methods. Secondly, scientific weapons are science is only a tool for people to use to fight. That is not science's fault, it's humans' fault. Now I would like to point out some of our points for why we disagree that science is a threat to humanity. Firstly, science saves lives. You say that nuclear missiles have killed 5 million people. Well, the Black Death has killed over 2/3 of Europe. And so and cancer has killed so many people too. But science has found ways to prevent that, and that is the biggest benefit to humanity, because the human race's initial goal is to expand our populations like other species on Earth. Secondly, science makes lives better. We now have the internet, which we can connect with other people around the world
30 seconds.
and share knowledge to make this world a better place. We have vaccinations and medical treatments to treat illnesses. Other than technology, we also have other forms of science, such as psychology, which studies the mind of humans and can find ways to...
And time.
Thank you for listening.
Okay. We'll now have 1 minute for the affirmative team to prepare a rebuttal. The second speaker. From the affirmative team, from the second speaker.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate today is that science is harmful to humanity. We, the affirmative team, believe that science is harmful to humanity. The first speaker from the negative team has tried to tell you that science is not harmful. The negative team said that pollution caused by the lack of knowledge by humans. But by the 17th century, science has already expanded and humans has invented many things, including knowledge about CO2. And the speaker also said that science can prevent greenhouse and other gases that harm to the Earth, but this will cost a lot of money to fix the fault that was caused by science. Secondly, she also said that weapons is only a tool; it's not science fault. But without the science, people will still cause war. Science will make it larger and cause more casualties. Finally, the speaker said that. By the invention of internet, science, people can exchange knowledge, but this will cause cultures to be mixed together and the loss of its original way. Okay, now we're talking to you about our points, which is science causes overpopulation. When technology advances, medical facilities will grow better, and life expectancy, vaccination will cause people will survive, and the population in the world will increase a lot. This will make the world unbalanced, like the time we have to be. The disease storms will make the world balanced because this is a natural selection. This will balance the world. So, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, our team believes that science is harmful to humanity. Thank you.
Good afternoon, audience, Mr. Chairman. I'm the second speaker of the negative team, and I am here to convince you that science is not harmful to humanity. First, I would like to rebuttal the points made by the affirmative team. First, they have not defined the word science. Science is everything around us, whenever you like it or not. Second, they also say that without science, people will still cause wars. And this is why wars are the human's fault, not science's fault. Thirdly, they also said that internet will lead to mixed culture, but internet can also keep cultures too. They also said that science will cause overpopulation to the extended lifespan of humans, But science also created contraception, such as condoms or pills, which can prevent birth rate. And in some Nordic countries, such as Poland or Norway, birth rate is declining. There are less people being born than dying. Now, I'd like to expand on our first speaker ideas. Science can help humanity because we have clean energy. Right now, we're using fossil fuels, which is creating CO2. But we also have clean energy, such as solar energy, or wind energy, or thermonuclear energy. Though this might not be enough, but as in the numerous amounts of sources, we can create enough energy to replace fossil fuels. Secondly, science also created security. For example, banks. With science, we have created cameras, lasers, detections. This will keep your money safe. And also, science created transport. How would you science led people to space to venture beyond the Earth, such as to the solar system or other planets. Even right now, we have found places such as Earth, like Earth, so we can inhabit. And that is why science is not harmful to humanity. Thank you.
So we'll now have 1 minute for the affirmative team to prepare their closing statement. The third speaker of the affirmative team.
Hello, Mr. Chairman, members of the audience. I am the third speaker of the affirmative team, and I am here to convince you today that science is in fact harmful to humanity. First of all, I would like to respond to some arguments made by the opposing team. First of all, they said that when they addressed our argument about overpopulation, they said that science had led to inventions that helped reduce it, like condoms and the pill. And they cited Poland as an example of a country where the population is actually going down. The birth rate is actually going low. But they do not take the mass majority of the world. They do not take the whole population of the world into context. Because right now, the population of Earth is rising, and it's rising exponentially. The amount of people will just keep going up, even if like a small number of developed countries have their population going down. That does not represent the whole of humanity. Second of all, when they talk about how science could help humanity, they mentioned clean energy, and nuclear energy was one of the examples that they gave. But nuclear energy can also be very detrimental to humanity, as can be seen when the nuclear reactors were destroyed in the tsunami in Japan in 2011. To this day, around the area where the nuclear reactor was, it's like that place is still uninhabitable to some extent and has not returned to how it was formerly. And this was caused because the human nuclear energy, the human construct, affected it negatively. And now I would like to summarize my team's arguments. First of all, science has led to pollution of the earth, and that can in turn mean harm to the humanity. If our planet is not well, humanity will not end up well. Secondly, science has caused large advancements in weaponry and in weapons of destruction, which they may be tools of humanity, but they help. Humans might be able to still cause wars without them, but they make these wars larger and cause more casualties to the human race. And finally, science has caused overpopulation with medicine and advancements in medication, prolonging the lives of people who would have otherwise lost their life due to disease. This is okay. Thank you for listening to us today, and that is the reason why science is harmful to humanity. Thank you very much.
We'll now have 1 minute for the negative team to prepare their closing statement. And time. Okay, we'll now hear the closing statement from the negative team.
Good afternoon, Mr. and Madam Chairman, and the member of the audience. I am the third speaker of my team, and the topic is science is harmful to humanity, but we believe that this statement is false. So firstly, they say that, firstly about the war, they say that science helps people to kill more people than before. But that also means that even without science, we will still kill ourselves. And also, they also said about overpopulation. And we only take example of some countries because we only take example of countries that are developing and with high level of education, like in Arab country and countries such as Japan. And also that the reason that the birth rate around the world is high because in countries such as in Africa, they don't know anything about science. They have a low level of education and a high level of culture that promote having many children. And thus that's because why the birth rate is still high. And also we cannot reject that science has helped many lives because of medication and vaccination. It prevents deadly disease such as the Black Death that kill, like my first member said, 2/3 of the European. And also other diseases such as chickenpox and cancer. And that's why science is not harmful to humanity, but it's really helpful to humanity. Thank you for listening.